Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw. I'm here at Nexion's annual Connection Conference, which this year is in Disneyland, and we've been waiting for this one for a while. I'm here with someone who has been around with Nexion for quite some time, Danny Genung, who is with Har Travel. And Danny is a veteran Nexion travel advisor here, and he's got quite a good business going. And he's won a few awards, lots of things going on. But we're here to talk about what he's doing now with his agency and how he's becoming even more successful. You're going to find out about all that and more on Insider Travel Report. Now, Danny, first of all, great to see you again. It's always enjoyable when I see you here at Nexion and other conferences all around the country. It's great. Let's talk about when did you first join Nexion?
Yeah, so it's almost 18 years here in December. I met Jackie at the trade show, the ASTA trade show, almost 18 years ago, and have never looked back. It's been an incredible experience. This is my travel family. I mean, it truly is. I've gotten to, through every stage of my life, actually. I've got a second child, got a 9-week-old now. But every stage of my life, the people that have been part of this have been a part of me and part of who we are. And the last couple of years, though, have been a bit challenging. Yeah. These are the people that have lifted all of us up together. And so being here today, to me, my heart is so incredibly happy and full, connecting with friends, connecting with great colleagues that I've known for a long time, but also just seeing all the new people in the industry and so many different business models that are absolutely incredibly doing well right now. What we do is very much video based. So
let's talk about that, because you didn't start that way. Right. You were more traditional agent. What did you used to specialize in?
Yeah, so I cut my teeth on groups. My grandpa started the company almost 40 years ago, just doing meetings and incentives, and actually shut it down in the late 90s as a few travel agencies were shut down. And so I built the business on groups. We would host groups, a lot of curated groups together. As a middle school teacher, I actually took over 500 of my middle school students to Europe over the years. And so what we would do is we would put together groups, work with alumni associations, different affinity groups, and that was how we would get customers. And when you go and take care of somebody in the moment, you're going to have a lifelong customer when people understand it. And so that's transition to what we do now, is taking those skills and putting them on video, essentially.
So now, what would you say is your specialty now? I know you do a lot of cruises, river cruises, right?
So I mean, actually, big ocean suites is our sweet spot, if you will. Okay. We've done really, really well with that. So what we do is we do full ship tours. For example, on
video, on YouTube.
On YouTube, on video. So our first full ship, large ship tour was the Norwegian Joy on the inaugural. And what we do is we create anywhere from an hour to almost 2-hour long video, walk through every public space and explain it. And what I do is I hone in on my experience traveling with my grandparents, traveling with my daughter, and soon traveling with my son. As soon as he's got 4 more months before he can get on a cruise, but he'll be there, trust me. And then we also complement it by filming all the rooms and suites. And so the idea behind it is we can authentically present the product. And the person that goes on a bad cruise is almost always that person that's on the wrong cruise. Right. And so that was something I learned 20 plus years ago as the youngest ever master cruise counselor with CLIA, was you have to match up the right person with the right ship. Sure. And so this has been an evolution of, quite frankly, we went out looking for these videos as an advisor and couldn't find them. And so there
really isn't that much out in the market certainly that case. Now, what do you see in terms of your viewership? Are people looking at these long videos at this point and they really want to find out about the specific thing? And then, of course, then they might come to you to book it, right?
Absolutely. So, when we first started out and talking to our cruise line partners, some of them were skeptical that we could keep an audience for, an average cruise ship commercial is a minute, or 30 seconds even. And, for example, our Norwegian Encore video, we did that on the inaugural. It's got about 1.7 million views and over 40-minute average view time. Wow. So almost 50% of the people that tune in for that hour and 45-minute video watch the whole thing. Yeah. And for us, that's the greatest gift. And what's been really, really phenomenal, and even walking around this conference, is our like all of the advisors here use it. They use those resources.
Use your resources, even though they'll may do it so they get the booking, but you get a substantial number of the bookings yourself, right?
Yeah, I mean, we've had an incredible rate of growth with our partners, with our cruise partners, and quite frankly, we have, we have an amazing network of people that we work with, that we share with, that, I very much believe that there is unlimited potential in our business. There's unlimited business to be had. And the only competition, quite frankly, for cruise is another type of vacation. And it's not other travel agencies. It's not anybody else. And so what we try to do is present it in an authentic fashion. And it's a symbiotic relationship. And what I believe is the best relationships are symbiotic. Sure. For the cruise line, they're getting people watching millions and millions of minutes of their ship, learning about it, being exposed to something they may not have considered previously. And on the other side, we do get a lot of business from it, and other people are able to utilize that, because what none of us want is somebody to go on a ship and be surprised. We spend a lot of care not decorating things up and making them what they're not. We try to make it truly authentic, because when you deliver a vacation experience, the surprises should be a bottle of champagne. They should be, a nice little gift, not walking in and saying, this isn't the room that I purchased.
Well, I know you can go on YouTube, and actually it's under Har Travel, right? I believe that's your channel, right?
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. We're closing in on, it's been an incredible ride, but I always look at minutes of viewership. To me, that's more important than the amount of views, because what we're trying to do is very different than what, a travel vlogger would. For us, we're not, the revenue that you get from advertising is not what we're about. What we're about is connecting to the customer. And what's been great is, as customers do reach out to us as a travel agency, they're educated in a different way. And so we're having really high level conversations from the moment they come to us. So, they may come and say, hey, I'm looking at an AMA cruise and a Viking cruise and a Tau cruise. And, we've got them on our channel for them to look and see what those spaces look like. But on the flip side, we can then talk high level and say, okay, well, if you're really looking for this is the right brand for you, and this is the right suite for you. And they're coming to us with a lot of that knowledge, which has been a huge blessing.
And so you go in there, you do the top suites, you show everybody what it's like. How many videos total again?
I'd have to triple check, but I believe we just crossed 1,000 or so in the last 2.5 years. And what we really try to do is get the entire ecosystem. So if we can get every room from inside cabin up to the top suite on the ship, and also the derivations, because you might have something that's in the same exact category. So for example, we're on the Norwegian Prima 2 weeks ago. Amazing, incredible new ship. But we were able to get on a little bit early before the ship launched. And, there's 3 derivations of owner suites, the deluxe owner suites. And so to be able to present that and say, if you book this is exactly what you're getting. The power beyond that is it's truly incredible, because like I said, you can take the stress off your mind, know what you're getting, know exactly what's included. But also the value of a travel advisor. I think the last 2 years has driven people to travel advisors like never before, because what we offer is advice and assistance and advocacy. And that's that piece that they had to do themselves when they booked independently or they booked elsewhere. And so, what we've found at this Nexion conference is everybody has a ton of business. In fact, all the conversations we're all having is, how do we handle it? How do we take care of it?
That's been the problem this year, which is an incredible problem to have, right?
Well, especially after the last year. When I walked back on the Celebrity Millennium on June 5th, 2021, I got so emotional getting back on that ship. A part of my life was gone for 1.5 years. And what we found, the people that cruised on that very first ship out of North America with us, that was the greatest party I've ever been a part of.
Getting back to cruising, and now we are fully back, and everybody's and you're going on Norwegian Prima, things like that are brand new ships, and there are a ton of new ships coming out too. So that's great. I assume you're going to be working to get video. How do you find the time to get away all this time?
I have the greatest wife on the entire planet. I've got an amazing support system with my parents and our family and friends that live close by. But what we've decided is, when the opportunity presents itself, you've got to go. You've got to jump on it. And I think right now, like you said, there's opportunities. Early on in the comeback, there was a lot of excess space available. Cruise lines were launching. Royal did an amazing job launching at 25%. And they really kind of slowly built it up. But for us and what we do, that meant I could get on a ship and sail and film rooms that were unoccupied, which for what we do is the greatest gift ever. Normally it's on an inaugural or, something along those lines.
Well, that's it. There was an opportunity there. Well, Danny, this is a great story, and you can go on YouTube and find his videos of all these wonderful ships, and he's going to keep doing it, I assume. And so this model really works for you, right?
It's been the greatest blessing that myself, my family, my staff could have ever had. Being able to share what we love, and also at a time when others couldn't share what they love, to be able to share what we love and get it out there and form relationships to build a community. We've actually come out the last 2 years infinitely stronger than we were before, and with a client base that's more devoted and dedicated and quite frankly won't look elsewhere, because we took great care of them.
Well, Danny, thank you once again for taking the time. Great to see you here. Good luck with this. This sounds like you're already good luck this venture, and hope to see you near. If not, we'll see you on a ship sometime.
I will look forward to it greatly. It's always good to see you, James. It's been a lot of years together over the years, and watching everything change, but come back for something like this. It's just, like I said, my heart is incredibly happy.
I'm James Schillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.